The real reason Google's next foldable looks different has nothing to do with specs. For years, the foldable smartphone market has been a battleground dominated by one colossal player, while Google's attempts felt more like cautious experiments. But now, a cryptic leak has surfaced, showcasing Google's next-generation foldable in a striking new color, pine. This isn't just about aesthetics or minor upgrades. This revelation hints at a profound strategic pivot, a calculated gamble designed to shatter a long-held monopoly and redefine Google's entire hardware identity. The stakes are immense, and the implications could reshape the future of mobile technology. A single, grainy image just detonated across the tech world, revealing what appears to be the Google Pixel 11 Pro Fold. Shared by the prolific leaker, MysticLeaks, via Telegram, this photograph showcased the device's back panel in an unexpected pine color, a muted green with a subtle light gold frame. The immediate reaction? A frenzy of speculation. This wasn't merely another render, it was a tangible glimpse into Google's future, arriving just weeks before their anticipated major Pixel event. The detail, though sparse, immediately ignited conversations about a potential design overhaul and Google's renewed ambition in the high-stakes foldable arena. But that's not the real reason this leak sent shockwaves. For years, Google's foldable ambitions felt more like a cautious experiment than a true challenge. While the original Pixel Fold showcased Google's software prowess, its hardware execution, particularly its bulkiness and dated hinge design, garnered mixed reviews. Each subsequent iteration, while improving, seemed to play catch-up rather than innovate. Critics pointed to an iterative approach, where hardware advancements lagged behind Google's groundbreaking software capabilities. The narrative became consistent: Google had the brains, but lacked the brawn to truly disrupt. However, the numbers tell another story about Google's past attempts to gain a foothold. Samsung didn't just pioneer the foldable market, they built an empire. With successive generations of their Galaxy Z Fold and Z Flip series, Samsung established itself as the undisputed leader in foldable engineering, manufacturing scale, and global distribution. Their iterative improvements in hinge durability, display technology, and software optimization set the benchmark. From the initial Galaxy Fold's cautious launch to the refined Z Fold 5, Samsung consistently outpaced competitors, creating a formidable moat of intellectual property and consumer loyalty. This dominance meant any newcomer, especially Google, faced an uphill battle against an entrenched titan with years of experience and a vast supply chain. The source of this critical intelligence, MysticLeaks, has a track record of accurately revealing unreleased devices. Their latest image of the Pixel 11 Pro Fold is more than just a color swatch. It reveals a device that is reportedly slimmer than its predecessor, measuring 10.1 mm when folded and a mere 4.8 mm when unfolded. This significant reduction in thickness directly addresses one of the primary criticisms of earlier Pixel Folds. Furthermore, the leak explicitly details a refined camera island and a repositioned LED flash, now sitting on the left side of a pill-shaped cutout, signaling a cleaner, more integrated aesthetic. Then investigators found something nobody expected in its refined details. This isn't merely a cosmetic tweak. The refined camera island, the repositioned LED flash, and especially the dramatically slimmer profile, collectively signal a profound shift in Google's design philosophy. Past Pixel Folds often felt like they were adapting existing components to a new form factor. The Pixel 11 Pro Fold, however, appears to be engineered from the ground up with the foldable form in mind. A reduction from 10.1 mm folded to 4.8 mm unfolded isn't just about pocketability, it implies advancements in hinge design, battery integration, and internal component layout, pushing the boundaries of what's possible within a foldable chassis. This commitment to a cleaner, more integrated look suggests a new level of maturity in Google's hardware identity. Writing for Android Police since 2021, and covering Android since 2011, Rajesh Pandey, a respected analyst with deep insight into the Android ecosystem, immediately identified a crucial shift. Pandey, who has reviewed over 75 Android phones, noted, compared to the Pixel 10 Pro Fold, what's immediately noticeable is the change in the LED flash position and its integration within the camera module. This seemingly minor detail, according to Pandey, indicates a more thoughtful, integrated approach to hardware design that previous Pixel Folds lacked. His analysis underscores that Google is moving beyond iterative updates, signaling a more confident and aggressive stance in its hardware development, directly targeting Samsung's refined aesthetic. While specific pricing remains speculative, reports from July 2026, including those citing possible European pricing, underscore a critical strategic decision. Google's ability to price the Pixel 11 Pro Fold competitively against Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 8 will be paramount. Historically, Google has positioned its Pixel devices as premium alternatives, often leveraging software features to justify the cost. However, to truly disrupt Samsung's market share, the Pixel 11 Pro Fold might need to offer compelling value, whether through aggressive pricing, bundled services, or unmatched software experiences. And that decision would prove far more dangerous than anyone realized for Google's long-term ambitions. Google's unique advantage lies not just in hardware, but in its absolute control over the Android ecosystem. The Pixel 11 Pro Fold isn't merely another device, it's a reference design, a statement of intent for the entire Android landscape. By pushing the boundaries of foldable hardware and software integration, Google can set new standards that other Android manufacturers will be compelled to follow. This strategic move could accelerate innovation across the board, forcing competitors to either innovate or risk being left behind. The success of the Pixel 11 Pro Fold could dictate the pace and direction of foldable technology for years to come, solidifying Google's vision for the future of mobile computing. With Google's next big Pixel event less than a month away, as noted by industry observers in July 2026, the stakes for the Pixel 11 Pro Fold couldn't be higher. This is Google's critical window to make a definitive statement. The hype generated by the MysticLeaks revelation has set a high bar, and the company must deliver a device that lives up to the promise of a strategic pivot. The market is watching, analysts are dissecting every detail, and consumers are eager for a true challenger to Samsung's long-held dominance. The success or failure of this device will profoundly impact Google's standing in the premium smartphone segment. But that's not the real reason this launch window is so critical. The Pixel 11 Pro Fold, revealed in its distinct spine color and refined form, is not merely an incremental update. It represents a strategic pivot in Google's hardware identity, a conscious effort to move beyond iterative designs and present a truly competitive, flagship foldable. This device is Google's boldest gamble yet to kill the Samsung monopoly, leveraging its software expertise with a newfound commitment to cutting-edge hardware engineering. The slimmer profile, the integrated camera module, and the subtle aesthetic shifts all point to a Google that is finally ready to assert its vision for premium Android hardware, not just as a developer, but as a dominant force. Remember our opening question about why Google's next foldable looks different? It's not about specs, it's Google's strategic pivot, a bold gamble to redefine its hardware identity and challenge Samsung's empire. If you found this deep dive into Google's strategic play against Samsung insightful, hit that like button. Your engagement helps us bring you more in-depth analysis of the tech, finance, and geopolitical landscapes shaping our world. What are your thoughts on Google's chances against Samsung? Drop your predictions in the comments below. And for more exclusive content that cuts through the noise and delivers real understanding, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. We're constantly uncovering the hidden truths behind the headlines, so stay tuned for our next investigation.